You know, there's a football game later today that the folks in the state of Kansas care a lot about. But to start things off on this Super Bowl Sunday, it's a big-time college basketball tilt here at the Roundhouse as the Shockers of Wichita State. 5 on the season, Wichita State 10-13 in Paul Mills' first year at the helm. KB Burdett Jr., Owen Short, Jason Baker are officials today on 11 o'clock local tip. Brian Greenlee runs the show for the Owls. We'll see a lot of player movement and ball movement and a lot of shooting from FAU, the best three-point shooting team in the league. Elijah Martin gets it out to Davis, 10 on the timer. Davis steps in, can't hit his first basket. He's one of the most shooting 53% from deep in conference games, Crispy.
Look, the ball's moving very well for FAU to start, and sometimes you create a rhythm with good ball movement. That's something that will certainly help FAU as Wichita State gets one to fall.
Do nothing about 2.5 minutes in. FAU 0 for 6, Davis 0 for 3.
You just wait. You just hang on in this game. This game will kind of determine how it's going to be played. And FAU at some point, this guy's play, does most of his coaching and practice and play. Less stoppages, more flow.
You go back.
Played the way he likes it to be played, meaning like possessions, better pace, then I think you roll with it because that's the only way you're going to go on a run yourself. You call timeout. What are you going to do? Get a bucket out of the timeout? You didn't change anything.
Colby Rogers, their leading scorer, rattles home his first look.
Colby Rogers was a guy they tried to get activated last year, transfer from Siena, couldn't get him cleared, and now he's their leading scorer. So, in a way, probably good for Paul Mills.
Heating up quickly off the bench, Brandon.
There's some times where it's like, look, don't be the boy who cried wolf and complained about everything, right? You got to know. It's right in front of the official, man.
Well, Richnell with the takeaway, he says, my ball out! Jams it, +1.
The conversation was kind of about, like, who are your winners, right? We know this is a team in Wichita State that has shown that they can compete at any level, but who are the guys? We underestimate the fact that there's not a lot of guys who really get what it takes in college basketball.
2 years JUCO, a year at Georgia, and then last year at Missouri State. Here's Vlad Golden trying to go to work, too strong off glass. Shockers pushing tempo. Beverly spin cycle. Whoa, lefty finish.
Good physical finish on one end for Wichita State. On the other side, Golden just losing his balance. Similar thing happened against UAB.
That'll work. Vlad Golden is on the board.
But you can't be the guy that responds. You've got to be the one that can establish physicality and toughness. When you respond to it, you tend to pick up fouls.
Weatherspoon has 1-3, make it 2. Well, they brought him in place of UAB, rather. I mean, it was physical, but maybe a little overly physical. Games can be physical, but maybe not like that.
It was brawl ball. It was the 90s in the Big Ten.
Weatherspoon cashes in again. He's got 8 off the bench.
Landing on grass. It's hardwood.
Is that a shot at other athletes?
No, not at all. I'm just saying.
Soft? Is that... Colby Rogers. It's the triple. He's the best three.
He wants to shoot the 3. Tough cover from behind screens.
That ended a 7-0 FAU run, which Weatherspoon was the catalyst. He's on the bench now as John L. Davis comes back in the game.
Tough.
Really nifty finish.
That's a tough finish. I mean,
Rogers spins, gets it back to Ballard, who scored 18 in the first meeting, which Wichita State led by double figures at halftime, but FAU ultimately won. Xavier Bell rolls it in.
You have pros at Oral Roberts who understand what it is you want to do and what it takes to win at a high level. And now you've got to try to replicate that here.
Kenny Poto in the post, drops it home. The 6'10 junior from Stockholm. Janelle Davis, so patient, so crafty.
I mean, it's so hard to cover him that way with a ball screen. You've got to be calculated.
Owls with the takeaway. Three-pointer, one drop. Xavier Bell comes away with the rebound. Jalen Gaffney couldn't hit that shot for FAU. Bang. Rogers hits that for Wichita. Bell probing, gets it to Poto. Under 10 to shoot. Matched up with Carroll. Poto feels the pressure. Oh! Got his own. Swatted. Weatherspoon.
You down low. We saw what the physicality was like against UAB. You got to think that they're still kind of rubbing some bruises after that one. FAU fighting, they're in there, but Wichita State making shots.
I'm just going to leave that there. It's off against number 23, Texas Tech and Lubbock, both also available. Overall, the first year.
They don't have too much success in year one. You're going to elevate expectations to unreasonable levels for the rest of us.
Golden above the trees, got fouled by Poto. And Vlad Golden will shoot in the early going here.
You know, look,
the couch.
or I just stunk and that the tree bothered me because I wasn't.
Poto doing work on the other side. You got Sweden versus Russia in this post matchup. Advantage, Scandinavia.
For now, I like the fact that they're going inside because you don't want to get up into it or get into an up and down track meet with FAU. FAU has the ability to rattle off 20 points in a quick amount of time.
Golden comes right back. Florida Atlantic great on the offensive glass, especially from the backcourt. They shoot so many threes, it gives them a chance to crash the glass.
Paul Mills mentioned that. He said, we really have to be good on the glass.
That three-pointer goes. Ronnie. Shockers 3 of 6 from distance, 2 of them from Colby Rogers. They lead by 6. Again, Golden versus Poto. 2 experienced big men. Golden wins this battle.
It changes direction while not stopping, right? You think of quick guys. They change speed, change directions, almost with a pause in between. There's no pause with him. It just shifts up and shifts down. Look at that. Wow.
Nice play. Martin and Davis. The 2 AAC down for the Owls. Martin around the Carroll screen. Gives it back to him in the corner. Ballard didn't respect him, and Carroll made him pay.
That's a tough one. It's tough to ask Ballard, your rim protector, your shot blocker, to really get out there with the lane wide open with the spacing the Florida Atlantic has. You know, he does have to gap, but he's got to get a hand up.
Trey Carroll was 4 for 20 from distance coming into this game. He stroked that thing.
Oh, that was clean.
Oh, snaking. Rattles out.
We overuse things like, oh, he plays above the rim. No, that was above the rim.
That was quite literally.
His head was above the rim.
We get a whistle and a chance for the replay. At the stripes, 78% on the season. Hey, folks, we got the
now, you know, strength of schedule, and then also there have been offensive rebounding opportunities when you just crash that hard. You get so many bodies in there, you get less long rebounds, and they've been crashing hard for Wichita State.
Elijah Martin draws the foul. Be this. Be a national star come March Madness.
And it's wild because it's like you have one of the best all time, so everything's going to be compared to that. The men's game needs that, to be honest. Stars have really led the way for the women's game and the growth of the women's game. I just think with all the decisions excited about
now. Missed the free throw, though. The first miss of the day. I knew someone was going to miss the next free throw after I said that. Both teams were perfect.
You're that important.
Jonell Davis had his second foul on the other side of the floor. FAU 0 for their last 6.
That's tough. That's tough.
That'll play.
There's just no easy. Rogers has been a little quiet.
He's been efficient. 3 for 5 from the floor, 2 for 3 from distance.
He was hot to start and hadn't really gotten many looks.
That's a nice finish from Bell.
And Paul Mills said Bell can really give you something, and I think we've seen it. He plays with great confidence, good sit down, good patience, and again, just being purposeful and trying to get the ball inside.
Xavier Bell been coming off the bench the last few weeks after he started their first 16 games. Davis, what a finish, plus the foul.
There might be a better playmaker, but in terms of just go get yourself a bucket of that.
I did. You go back and look at it.
Well, you'll still be wrong because they call a foul. You're like the coach that wants to change every call after it happens.
Good effort from Ronnie.
It's the thing, like, you've got guys that can allow you to compete at a very high level, but who makes you a winner? That's the next step to all of this.
Brennan Laurier finishes. Wow. And a chance at an and one.
Game because it gives you a little something. Just feel the stroke. Feel the ball off your hands.
It's the first miss of the day at the line for FAU.
It's always half full. Come on.
It's always about process override. Bell. He's starting to feel it here. He's got 8 in the first half.
That's the way FAU plays. No reason to just walk, play against set defense. I wouldn't give him an advantage by running and jumping out top.
Yeah, they're applying a lot of pressure. Greenlee curls around, gets it to Davis, lost the handle momentarily. 5 seconds left. Janelle Davis turns, can't finish. Golden on the cleanup. No, missed it again. Will it count? No.
He got fouled 3 times.
Yeah, Dusty
on that
May
play.
slapping his wrist, saying he. Dalen Richnell to inbound right in front of us. And Xavier Bell starts the second half. He's been coming off the bench lately for head coach Paul Mills. He started the first 16 games of the season. He was dynamite in the first half with 8 points. Here's Colby Rogers, their top scorer for the season, also with 8 in the first half. Matched up with Brian Greenlee, gets into him and draws the foul.
So that's like the first half. Remember, I'm just going to say that there's a big difference.
I think on the first one, and if we want to go back and watch it, it was under 2 minutes left.
I think either way, it's a smart play. The whole thing about offense is get your defender off balance. If you can get him in the air, you got him off balance, then you punish him.
Greenlee for 3.
That's big. That's a big.
Brian Greenlee, a pretty good three-point shooter at 35%. He went over 1,000 career points at UAB Thursday. Richnell answers.
That's a big shot.
It's tie game 41.
FAU typically doesn't help. That's just not the way they play. They don't ever help. Most teams do.
Greenlee has already made 1 in the second half, steps in and hits it from the elbow.
A lot of room to work. Good luck.
Here's Bell, one-on-one against Davis, puts the shoulder into him and draws the foul. Davis can't believe it, neither can the FAU. A couple minutes in, Weatherspoon replaced Davis. Bell misses the free.
Or it's just that he's in foul trouble and you take him out. I think that's a great call. Like, it's like, we didn't call a foul, but we'll give him the ball because he fouled.
Rogers steps to his side, created some space and hit the shot.
He's been really good in the ball. I think that's one that needs to be defined, guys. It's got to be simultaneous possession. Not I got a pinky finger on the ball while Vlad Golden's holding it.
Greenlee pulls it, hits it.
So it's not going to change. They can't go back and change that. So now what?
Until somebody builds a time machine and we can go back and fix it, there's really no use getting angry about it. Weatherspoon with a nice finish through 2 shockers.
Weatherspoon's a good cut. Weatherspoon has a good read feel to him.
Weatherspoon had 10 in the first half. Those were his first 2 in the second half, and now he's got to take away his Bell hit the deck. 3-on-1 for the Owls. Gaffney gets rid of it. Weatherspoon banks it home.
Smart.
Kind of looks like a running back out there. His dad, Wayne, did play football here at Wichita State. He was classmates with Xavier McDaniel, and then he named this Xavier after him.
On an out-of-bounds underneath.
Back to a 1-score game. Bell with a nice find for Beverly, who's playing with 3 fouls. Golden in the post, drops it in.
See, that's really good stuff, too. They almost forced a switch with good roll action, team, and reality. I got to switch. That means somebody else is covering the big. Get him the ball.
It's 12 assists on 19 buckets for FAU. Bell again draws the contact, and he'll shoot a couple free throws. Game the other day.
Wow, dude.
That was tight.
Dude, I mean, so much logic and reason and think like, oh, yeah, this team, this matchup, this is the way it should go. Well, it doesn't. The only thing you can predict is the unpredictable.
Golden with the lefty floater. FAU's made 5 straight field goal attempts.
In the Super Bowl, there's so much going on there. I can't keep up with any of it.
Reba McEntire might be fast in the anthem today. That's what I've heard.
I had no idea she was singing the anthem.
Wow! Vlad Golden! Up high and down hard. FAU's got its largest.
With the red panda.
Was she on the unicycle?
Oh, she was not in
Were
costume.
you on the unicycle?
No, I was holding a couple bowls on my head, though. They were heavy.
Nice.
I don't have the neck strength to do that.
Here's Colby Rogers, pulls it just
I
inside the
telling
line.
you, keep exploring balls.
For the Shockers, leads down to 5. Gaffney scans, bounces it Golden, who's been red hot lately. Gaffney shoots it, scores it. 7 in a row for FAU.
That's going to be there because Boda.
Consecutive field goals. Beverly puts his shoulder in a Weatherspoon. Golden challenged the shot 2. Offensive rebound out to Rogers. Bell takes a peek after the jab, driving to his off right hand, missed it off glass. Poto with the cleanup.
It's tough. If you force, that's one. If you're FAU, you want to say, hey, you feel this situation. That was an important possession. You get one. That's what happens. It's amazing. Just little moments in the game. If you don't feel the moment right, you miss it. Get it. I mean, they mean nothing, but ill-informed or uninformed opinions might be the worst.
Trey Carroll on the dribble drive.
Wow.
Nice spin past Poto.
And good ball handling, spin to get to the rim.
A couple really impressive plays by Carroll. And no hesitation, 3 in the first half, and then that spin here in the second. And pointer goes. It's Rogers again.
And then attack.
Janelle Davis back in the game with 3 fouls. FAU's top scorer. Shoveled it back out. Carroll, think he could have shot that?
Yes.
Under 10 now. Davis from the mid-range.
That works
goes.
too. There are numerous options. The question is, do you know your options and can you get to them instinctually on the fly? Very few do that well at this level.
Crispy, how about 17 straight games in double figures for Davis? Bell, crafty. Xavier Bell has 13, keeping Wichita State within 2, now under 8 to play. Boyd knocks it down. Get that on the year. Gaffney forces the turnover, and Boyd comes the other way. 13 giveaways for the Shockers, 1 off their total when these teams matched up earlier this year. Great ball movement, and Carroll can't flush it, but Poto gets called for the foul. In Lawrence, Kansas, and they got $19,000.
Sure, cannon 20 feet away. If you catch it, you get something.
A couple weeks ago when they lost at FAU. It's just the offensive rebounds for the Owls and the turnovers for the Shockers. It's allowed them to dominate the possession game and still lead. Carroll on the finish. Their largest lead today is 9.
So I don't mind going to Ronnie DeGray. I get that, but that's not running offense. That's just bullying your way. Run some offense. Get into a dribble handoff situation. Get into a ball screen here. You've been good. Here's the roll. He's got it.
Ballard had a monster jam in the first half. It's a second foul on Elijah Martin. Quincy Ballard, a 67% foul shooter. 16 reveal show of the season. That airs before the game at 6:30 Eastern over on Davis. Bell upstairs for the rebound. 8-point lead for Florida Atlantic. Xavier Bell and Colby Rogers, they've been running the show. Bell banks it in high off glass.
Once again, ball up on the first, under the second, but then you get beat on a ball screen coming back. So many options within what they do offensively.
It's rare to see Davis miss a look like that. 48% for the season, 53% in conference play from 3. Bell waits, scores! Rogers corrals it. Over half court, Dusty May for a backcourt violation, but they call it an inbound to the backcourt. Rogers goes right to the rack and makes it a 2-point game. Weatherspoon, under 10 to shoot. It is loud in here. Weatherspoon, ISO, they got to get the shot off. They don't see it. Greenlee hoists it. Offensive rebound. Gaffney.
Wow. Wichita State. It was almost too loud in here. They couldn't hear the horn.
They stopped playing. Maybe they thought he didn't get the shot off before the horn.
Yes, that's exactly what they thought.
Rogers.
Love it.
Ballard on the tip.
Love it. The fact that it's got kind of chippy, we'll call it, down the stretch.
Yeah.
It's likely they're going to call a foul to get control of this.
Golden cleared out for Davis, who takes the shot and draws the foul. And again, a little bit extra.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
That's pretty good. Janelle Davis is an 87 to win close games like this. For Wichita State, his first year at the helm, not sure if they've got it yet. Let's see what they're made of.
I don't know. I think they're finding something. They're finding guys who can get to places where they want to get, right? The ball screen's been hit. There we go. I told you they're going to clean it up. They're going to get shots from FAU.
1-and-1. There's the 7th foul against great tradition. And they're starving for another great season from the Shockers. They get a turnover here as FAU throws it away.
30 seconds of play. That's a great advantage. Shooting 2.
Under 2 to play. This would be a signature win for Wichita State. Bell to Beverly. Martin defends him. 10 on the timer. Beverly matched up with Golden, floats it over the top of the big man. Fight for the board. DeGray's got it, and a jump ball. FAU's got the arrow. FAU's only made one of their last 7 shots, but they still lead by 2. Greenlee against Rogers. He got a step, showed it. Golden missed it. He likes that lefty push shot, but he missed it that time. Wichita State can tie or take the lead as we come up on 1 minute left.
1 minute remaining in regulation.
Just ball screen, ball screen, ball screen. It's the right move.
That time Rogers went early. Now goes around the Ballard screen. FAU shows. Bell beats the buzzer. Xavier Bell rings it up. He's got 20. Janelle Davis to inbound. Remember, he's playing with 4 fouls. Ryan Greenlee at the sticks for the Elks. Matched up with Xavier Bell. Goes right by him. Ballard on the swat. They called a foul. Oh,
Sure, they're going to show it again, and this place is going to go nuts. There it is. I don't know, dog. I don't know. Ball up in the game, go straight up. I think the hard thing is Wow.
Gets the roll. He's only a 50. Bell starts with it. They get it to DeGray.
All right, so you got Weatherspoon. Is this going to be who? Now you're going back to Bell.
Down by 1.
Rogers
getting antsy.
Rogers will hold the help guy.
Bell on the attack, goes into Golden and draws the foul. And Xavier Bell, what a day for Bell. 20 points.
Start to look at the rim, and then you start to second guess. Good shot. That's big. I give him credit. Not easy to do.
All right, tie ball game. Shot clock is off. FAU hasn't made a field goal in over 3 minutes. If they hit one here, they can walk out a winner. Janelle Davis takes the foul. It's a foul to give.
12 fouls to give. The clock's still running.
Davis flashes. Golden gets it. Back to Martin. They got to go. Batted away by Rogers with 2.1.
Now you want to talk about it. If you're Dusty May, you got to draw something up. Baseline runners right.
2.4 seconds for FAU. Gaffney to inbound. Finds Martin out of bounds.
Wow.
Wichita State ball with 1.5 left.
We'll take a timeout. Catch, you don't really see defense behind you because you're trying to catch the ball first. It's just a tough spot. Throwing it at the feet, there's really nowhere to deliver that pass. You just can't leave your man if it's a long pass.
They match up 94 feet. Pass goes into Poto. He got it away. Oh! And we go to overtime.
Wow.
Kenny Poto, for a big man, is a pretty good three-point shooter, but he missed it. We're tied at 74, and they're second in a row. They lost at UAB 76-73 Thursday. And Elijah Martin starts with a bucket. He was the one who had it bounce off his hands as they tried to draw something up with 2 seconds left. That's Martin's first made basket today, now 1 for 6. One of their best players, and then a takeaway for Weatherspoon, the pilfer, and the finish.
All right, well, that's a good start if you're FAU.
They run it with Ballard. He floats it up. Ballard on the catch, the spin, and the lefty finish wouldn't go. That's where they were so effective offensively last time, on the lobs to Ballard. Big man on the other side is Vlad Golden, draws the foul. Ballard. So his day is done. And Golden makes the first.
Out of the under 4 timeout, where it's like I feel like they had to get control of it.
Strike today, 64% for the season, 4 for 4 here. It's a 6-point FAU lead. Rogers on the cut, and the pull-up jumper goes.
I think Rogers is just to see potential and tendency. He just has a better feel in person.
Janelle Davis in the post against DeGray. Bouncer, Golden, can't get the roll, got his own and jammed it. 6-point FAU lead coming up on 3 minutes left in overtime. Golden's had himself a heck of a day. Now Greenlee
I mean, look at the last 2 games. We're talking about hard fought.
Into the corner it goes for Weatherspoon. He drills the triple. How about the response from FAU after they really got bullied in overtime at UAB Thursday? They dominated the extra session here.
They didn't just get bullied in overtime.
Yeah, that's right. Under 5 to shoot. Counted for Elijah Martin. That might be the kiss of death. Largest lead today for the Owls comes in overtime.
Oh, it was what, a 6-0 start, right? In overtime, it's hard to overcome. Man, he's tough.
Xavier Bell with 20. There was a star wide receiver at Andover Central High School here in Wichita.
All sorts of football references on Super Bowl Sunday.
Of course. Golden. Bully ball.
Yep.
Drops it home. He's got 20 points to go with his 9 rebounds and 5 dimes.
He's got good hands, finishes high. Tough to contest that.
Davis pushes it ahead, and it's Wichita State ball.
They're going to go look.
Sends Janelle Davis to the line, where he gets the
experience, second offense experience together. How many teams have that?
I mean, the team they're playing has that.
Yes. One of the very few in the country.
Bell knocks it in. Xavier Bell's got a career-high 25.
Not something we have in today's world, but it is greatly needed.
Wichita State applies the pressure. Not fouling. Down 11. A 13 or 14 second difference. And punches it home.
How are they 2-8? Not to be 2-9 in conference. I mean, Wichita State is really playing.
Poto on the follow. That will do it. I think at least Jalen Gaffney runs it down and slows it down. That was nimble, and Poto gives the foul.
We should be able to bury teams more. Away. They handed that one away down the stretch. The margin for error that they probably thought they had coming into the season. And I think that what they did not really consider enough is how everybody will give them their best. And that's kind of what's been happening.
So Florida Atlantic lost in overtime Thursday in Birmingham. They win in overtime Sunday in Wichita. And they do it in dominant fashion. Owls 95, Shockers 82. That'll do it for us from the Roundhouse. Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday, everybody. For our entire crew, led by Aaron Snyder-Storin and Ashley Ward, my fantastic partner, John Crispin, I'm Drew Carter, saying so